Hey y'all, this is Dr. Know-It-All. This channel is dedicated to finding out whether I really do know it all or not. Make sure you ask questions in the comments or at my email address, which is in the description or at the end of the video. So, in my continuing series on what are we going to do with this whole pandemic situation, I thought I would talk about something near and dear to my own heart, which is working out. I'm having a very difficult time right now, as I'm sure are many of you, because things have been changed around so much. I think that my sort of sanity level is sort of based on working out every day. And of course, all of that is different, and that causes me great stress, and I'm sure it's causing many of you great stress. So I wanted to talk about it. Certainly, I think under normal circumstances, many people, if not everybody, well, not everybody, but people work out in different ways, including things like going to the gym, going outdoors, working out with others, and having like a personal trainer or something like that. Anyway, regardless of which kinds of those things you do, if you've been thrown out of your routine, then obviously things are a little bit stressful for you. So I just wanted to discuss really quickly some things that you might be able to do. So first of all, no matter what, even if you didn't used to go out, I would suggest getting out as much as you can and as much as is legal. Obviously, things are different everywhere, so you'll have to check with the authorities to find out what is legal. But certainly, I don't think anyone can tell you not to walk your dogs. So if you have dogs, there's like a good built-in excuse for you. So I would highly recommend using that opportunity to go outside, enjoy the weather, etc. Certainly, I think everybody's allowed to walk the streets unless you're in the middle of a very large city. I know in some places in Italy, and I believe some places in the US now, and probably Spain, they're outlawing walking on the streets. So if you don't have a dog, that could be rather difficult. But if you can, definitely get out and walk on the streets. Obviously, make sure that you stay at least 2 meters or 6 feet apart from other people so that you don't have any responsibility for spreading this virus. That's not something anyone needs to do. Another thing most people should be able to do is run. Even if trails are closed, hopefully something's open, right? Athens, where I live, they closed everything, and then within a day they kind of rescinded that, and they're opening up one specific trail for people. So thank goodness, right? Other places you're allowed to go out, but you're not allowed to drive anywhere. So it just changes based on your locality, but you should certainly check with that. If you can run, go outside and run. If you have dogs that will run with you, run with the dogs. That'd be great. Just make sure it's legal. Same thing goes for biking. That is my exercise of choice. I love to go outdoor, road biking. And at least around here, that's completely legal. Hopefully it's legal most places where you would go. So make sure if you can, you get out and do that. Mountain biking or road biking, whatever is legal in your area, that seems to be a good thing. I don't know. I find it very meditative to just get out there and kind of crank away on the gears for an hour or two. And we've got nothing but time right now, right? Since we're all working from home or unemployed, sadly enough. Another thing to do is to actually exercise in your yard. That's a way to be outside, right? So instead of like working out inside your house, if you have even a very small patch of grass or a driveway or something like that, you can work out there. So, that I've been taking advantage of that with my son. So we've been having a good time outside working out. So that's a good thing to do also. Strength training. Okay, so as opposed to aerobic training like running, walking, biking, etc., strength training is a little more difficult to do if you don't have a gym, and that's where I'm really finding it particularly difficult. So certainly if you have weights, make sure you use them. That's great. Good for you. Lucky you. As it turns out, ironically enough, I sold my weights like a year and a half ago because I was like, I've always got the gym, no problem. So I am regretting that decision very much right now. If you don't have weights, do body weight exercises. I will throw a couple of links up and maybe a couple of pictures here, but there are some ones based on, I think, on Marvel comic book characters like the Arrow and the Hulk and stuff like that, and they're pretty good. Like we've been doing these half-hour long exercises, which are like 4 or 5 sets of these exercises, and they're not only good strength training, they're also extremely good at getting a good aerobic workout in, because there's a lot of stuff packed into a small area. You can also, of course, find strength training exercises using body weight from various sources and kind of throw them together. That's a little bit more experience. That's assuming that you kind of already know what you're doing. Yeah, but certainly these ones that are pre-made are easy. You just grab the exercise off the internet and follow the directions. So Super easy. That's a good one. Another good thing to do is perhaps work out with a friend. And by that, I mean virtually work out with a friend. So you could set up a workout routine that works for both of you. This would be especially useful, of course, if you're used to working out with each other. And then you could FaceTime call or audio call or something like that. Somebody turns some music on in the phone and, you just do your workouts together. So you like time it out so you're both doing it at the same time. Maybe that might give you some motivation. You could potentially do that with a trainer also. If you're used to working out with a trainer, maybe the trainer could call you or FaceTime call you, and they could send you ahead of time like an email with a bunch of exercises to do, and then they could encourage you. So you could stick your phone over in the corner, and you could, the guy could yell at you and be like, come on, you can do it, right? So you could do the same virtual thing with a trainer also. So that's another good possibility. And one thing, I've mentioned this before, but try new things exercise-wise. If you're not used to doing yoga, try yoga. Put some YouTube videos on or something and do some yoga. Or learn Tai Chi. Or just stretch and do meditation. Certainly, I think all of us could use that right now. It's a very stressful, very unsettling time. And I think if we all did some meditation and some stretching and just kind of slowed it down and took a little moment out of our day, that's always a good recommendation. But why not start one of these good habits that you could continue after all of this is all over? So I think that's that seems like all to the plus, right? Even if you don't do it afterwards, then whatever. But if you do, you might start a new habit that you hadn't done ever in your life before. And how wonderful would that be to have a new thing to do after this whole pandemic is over? Anyway, I hope you found this all useful or helpful or inspiring. If you have other ideas, please do mention in the comments, because I'm looking for things to do right now. It looks like this is going to go on for several months. And so we're going to have to all get a little bit creative in the way that we work out and exercise. So please do share if you've got ideas. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like this idea, and I'll keep making more videos like this. And definitely make sure you ask questions in the comments or at my email address, which is drknowitallknows@gmail.com. Until next time, bye-bye.